Now, ladies and gentlemen, the last operation released was Operation Riptide in 2021, which makes it 2 years old. The last case to be released was the Revolution case, which was also a part of CSGO. That was 257 days ago. In the meantime, we've gotten the Anubis package and the Paris stickers for what Valve calls new content for skin enthusiasts. Following their release, we saw a halt to everything aside from Counter-Strike 2, where it was first revealed to the world in March of 2023, which was now 7 months ago. And we just got what Valve calls a full release, which happened over a month ago for CS2. Yeah, that's a lot of days. But it's to show how dry microtransactions have been in the past recent months. It's been some of the least amount of content we've ever seen released inside Counter-Strike, but with some of the most revenue Valve has ever made. Today's video, we're going to go over the reasoning for this delay, how we could see a new case, an operation, also go over some recent inventory bugs, and based off recent data mines, we could see something soon. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Firstly, let's go over some game-breaking issues and player inventories not loading. Or for this situation, it's a little different. A tweet from Aquarius and many other players, data miners, and news outlets for Counter-Strike have said within the last 24 hours, some certain players' inventories that have been dormant for a long time, some people that have played a lot, and even bot accounts, all their skins in their inventory are not loading. They're just showing up as default Desert Eagles. And on top of that, it doesn't make them tradable. Now, to fix this bug, according to many people, all you have to do is launch CS2 or buy something off the community market somehow to refresh your inventory. Now, is this just a bug? Or is it maybe a coincidence? Maybe a test for the future? Or maybe a test gone wrong? I don't know. Makes you really think. And I guess it's somewhat of a coincidence that I made my video from the recent situation with Rocket League banning player-to-player trading and possibly how Valve could do something similar in the future. Is this the test to ban bots, for an example? Or to see how they could do so without having to manually do it? And I'm not sure. That's a lot of speculation. And one other bug very quickly, if you like to troll with some of your teammates and warm up, or let's just say in a timeout, and you want to crank your mouse DPI all the way up to the max, and you start spinning around in a circle, there's been a lot of reports in the last 48 hours of players getting banned because of this. I guess the VACnet thinks that you're cheating with no reasoning whatsoever. If your mouse DPI goes from 400 all the way up to 10,000, it's banning people instantly. It's not something I would try, but if you do it for fun, or let's just say it happens randomly, just like most situations where players are getting banned that are innocent, you'll get unbanned in the next week or so. With all the news with bugs and game-breaking issues out of the way, let's hop into the news for today. So within the past 24 hours, Gabe Follower has put out some really interesting tweets. I suggest you go check him out. Great data miner, and things like this, one, get the community hyped, but show us there's actual hope in communication from the devs, which that's a whole topic itself for today's video. 17 hours ago, he put out a tweet saying there's a new password protected test branch which appeared for Counter-Strike. And just a few hours ago, he put out another tweet replying to that, saying there's now a Valve developer answering some of these questions for the community. And I believe this is on Reddit by the looks of it, which that's pretty crazy. We've never really seen Valve actually talk to the community and discuss what this actually is for the game or an upcoming update. Before, they would just leave us in the dark. This is absolutely huge. Now, for those who are wondering, this is an update to go into an update. It's essentially a branch where devs add other updates and small things here and there before they actually roll it out live, and when you click that blue button on Steam. Throughout the week, there are dozens of these things added. Some don't get added to the newest update or the most recent one. They could be saved for the future, or maybe they scrap it last second. And that's essentially what a DPR update is. Now, what does this DPR update mean? Well, in my opinion, the fact that it's private says a lot. Valve doesn't want the community to know what they're specifically working on due to leaks, security reasons. If people could somehow bypass whatever they're doing, revert what they're doing, let's just say something to do with the anti-cheat or something to do with a connection to the server. Someone could try and reverse that as a joke or some sort of software. Now, writing this script yesterday, and as you can tell by the beginning of the video, I and most other people in the community thought this was going to be some sort of new content release. If that's a new case, an operation, or just adding old content from CSGO back. But right now, that doesn't really seem to be the case. No pun intended there. According to Fletcher Dunn, this new password protected branch is for anyone experiencing out of order packets that are currently showing as a loss. He put up a new beta, which this could be that new beta, to show off some new networking stuff to automatically correct out of order packets that will arrive in quick succession. This is obviously to do with connection to the server and packet loss. In this Steam client, you opt into the test by entering the super secret password. My hope is when you see this build, you won't see the big red mark on netgraph packets showing up as out of order status for us nerds. He says don't play any games while opting into this branch unless you're okay with an increased risk of crashing or getting weird network issues. This is not 100% tested code. So that pretty much sums it up. This test branch has nothing to do with new content, more so just miscellaneous bug fixes and quality of life updates. But the fact we got a response from Valve here, not even necessarily asking anyone specific, just somebody maybe one day to well, talk with the community. This is pretty big. You see, most of their games today, if that's a yearly release like Call of Duty, or one every 10 to 15 years like a game like Valorant or Counter-Strike, aside from Counter-Strike, mostly every studio and game developer has someone that talks with the community about new updates coming, what players want to see, and fixes needed. Valve isn't necessarily doing that right here, but they're telling us what's going on and filling us in. Now, just because that new test branch isn't related to new content doesn't mean we won't see any soon. The past couple of weeks of updates for CS2 have been extremely dry. As most of you know, there has been some game-breaking issues, and a big problem with CS2 is with these updates, sometimes they break more than they fix. And what's really not helping is these blog posts are very limited. There's little to no words or explanation for what they actually changed. There's no specific categories. For an example, with clipping through walls or ceilings or skins being changed, they don't say what skins were changed or what clipping or what parts of certain maps. So then someone will find something a couple hours later on somewhere else, or possibly the same spot, not knowing if that's what they fixed. Same goes with skins. Let's just say they fix all the Dopplers. They'll just say miscellaneous skin changes. But then 2 hours later, people come to find out that their Karambit case harden looks weird. Same thing goes with stickers. If DreamHack 2014 holos, for an example, were nerfed, RMR holos get buffed. It's just how it's been going. With no detail in the blog post, it's kind of hard to see. But that also leads us into my final point for today's video and why we can get new content soon. They've been really dry with these updates. And Valve ain't stupid. They see, just like us, that the player count for CS2 is declining rapidly. Over the past month, we've lost over 11% of our player base, that being 100,000 players. Now, a lot of these people I could see just being bots, people who possibly couldn't run the game, and saw that CS2 really isn't all that just being CSGO with better graphics and much more potential. New content being released would definitely help here. But to play devil's advocate, we need to fix the things in game that we already have before adding more. 30 gigabytes for an operation being added would be great, but it would also be detrimental to many people. The amount of bugs we'd have would be crazy. And that's not even talking about skins. If new skins got added for an operation or even a case, players who have older skins that are old timers in the community or just recently coming off of CSGO would feel somewhat left in the dark if their skins aren't changed or necessarily fixed to look like CSGO, just better, and yet CS2 has added a brand new case and Valve is fixing those and not everything else. So it's kind of in a tough and weird spot. But I think at some point we have to move forward, and there just needs to be one big update that gets rolled out that fixes these things. In my opinion, I think we'll see some sort of case release before the end of 2023 and the first operation within the first quarter of 2024. It's been 2 years since Operation Riptide. Players have been yet begging for one. And this is the least amount of cases we've ever seen in CSGO, or now CS2. And there's many other things that need to be added to the game, such as Zeus skins, possible nade skins, and as it goes for leaks recently, we've seen a winter cobblestone. And let's not forget all the features and maps from CSGO. If you guys want a video on what I think the next operation could look like, or what skins could be inside the next case, leave it down below. As well as I will mention, on these commentaries and update videos, when we talk about the new blog and discuss the current problems, let's start a thread on these videos, and I'll put it in the pinned comment section, in the hopes that someone at Valve can actually see this video. We post our problems in a very nice and mature format, in the hopes that they actually get fixed. Let me know what you guys think down below. I know it's somewhat disappointing for that test branch not to be content, but at least there's communication. That really goes a long way in the Counter-Strike franchise. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.